Boo! I am here. Sorry, the intro was a little longer than I anticipated, because, well, right as I was actually about to start the stream, my whole computer froze because, that sort of thing always happens. Once I actually started the stream, um, I realized that I hadn't set some things up that I needed to. For instance, I didn't have the avatars active. I'm not putting my avatar on on my head because I'm trying a slightly different layout where I'm actually making myself bigger in the corner. Just because I don't know. I couldn't tell whether or not being smaller was better than being bigger on the screen. So I'm just trying this one out for now. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Now, it has been a hot minute since I was last here. For obvious reasons, because I was playing a bunch of other games. Because there's a lot of games I actually want to play on stream, and I only stream like 3 days a week. I might need to see if there's a way for me to fit in a fourth one just so that I can try and get more stuff done in a week without having to be like, oh, it's been like 2 weeks since I played Minecraft. What was I doing? Because that is unfortunately the biggest problem that I have, is that although I was playing, I do sometimes play RimWorld in my off hours. Um, I hadn't this time because Jurassic World came out, and I've been fixated on Jurassic World Evolution. So I've been playing a lot of Jurassic World. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'll get to that in a second. I've been playing a lot of Jurassic World Evolution. So I haven't really been playing much RimWorld or Minecraft. Minecraft is the biggest problem, is that I have not been playing this game in my off hours. So I came in here earlier today and was like, what was I doing? And I wrote a list. I wrote a list of things that I want to do, or at least attempt to do. Uh, there we go. Is my list. Either on this stream or at least make progress towards, because it's easy making plans. It's difficult at finishing all these plans before you run out of time. I'll just put the little sticky notes there so that way I can refer back to it as I need. The next thing is the reason why you probably saw my avatar speak, even though I didn't actually say anything, and why I said excuse me. I'm not sick anymore. Well, I'm no longer taking medication. I'm finished being sick. I am now in recovery mode. So I am coughing a fair whack. I'm not coughing as much as I was yesterday, I will admit, but it's still pretty bad. So I have a drink with me. I actually prepared 2 drinks, but I already drank one before the stream started. So I have one drink. And I can drink the drink, and I may need to excuse myself to get another. I will try not to cough in your ears. I'm really sorry if I do. I'm really not planning on doing that, but yeah, it kind of just happens. Coughing. It sneaks up on me half the time. But it is what it is, unfortunately. I'm not sick anymore, at least. I'm just recovering now from being sick, i.e. my lungs are repairing, hence the coughing. So if you see my Avi speak, when I am not actually speaking, that's why. It's because I am healing. I just noticed that productive farming doesn't actually have a um, doesn't have a texture pack thing attached to it. I'll have to have a look into that actually because, funny enough, this texture pack does not actually belong on this mod pack. This is the Sphax BD Craft texture pack that I'm using. But it has all the bells and whistles for all the mods 10. This is all the mods 10, but to the skies. Which means that it's not the same mod pack and has slightly different mods. So, yeah. Also, there may be hiccups while the game is trying to just chug along. I mean, like I said, there was there was a bit of lag, so because my computer had completely frozen over. Anyway, sorry, I'm just trying to get to the sound settings, but and so I can turn down the game because I noticed that the munching was fairly loud. But apparently we are being stubborn today because why not? Oh, oh, oh! I forgot my music. How bad of me. I knew it seemed really quiet. Scrolling, scrolling. There it is. I'm a professional. Uh, Mute the desktop audio briefly while I start the music so that way no one gets deafened, because I've definitely watched a video or something on my computer between last stream and now. Eh, this seems alright. I think this is the right volume.
Everybody hide the scuff. Sasha_here01 has
Sasha.
arrived.
Hi, Sasha. Welcome to the fray. I know the voice says that we're hiding the scuff, but unfortunately we are currently experiencing it. Don't worry, I'll have it fixed in a minute. There we go. Ta-da! But yes, welcome. Welcome. I am playing Skyblocks. All the mod Skyblocks because I want to play Minecraft, but I've sort of burnt myself out of my existing save. There's a zombie. Don't know why it kept stopping like that. It is good to see that this is working. What is with that freezing, huh? Come on, game. It's not like you're rendering anything, it's a skyblock, there's nothing here. What armor are you wearing? That's a creeper. So golden chestplate, huh? Oh my blood! Hello, frames. Can we please have some? Oh, the golden armor is actually not even damaged. Nice. This is soul-bound leather pants. Cool. Well, we could use some of that. I won't wear the gold armor right now, though, since it's full health. Alright. Me showing off my terrible storage is part of the thing I'm going to be doing today. I am going to start the next island. I am going to build a storage island because it is long overdue for me to be able to actually set up proper storage in this place. Because, damn, finding anything in here is a pain in the backside, and I only have like 5 chests. So, we're going to start doing that. I am going to need some stone to fix my axe. Yeah, we're making everything out of oak. Oak. And I don't have any. Yeah. Oak. I saw one of you in the first chest. There's some stone. Oak. Oak, oak. Oak. You know what? I'm not even going to fix this axe. Screw it. I actually have plenty others. Let's use this one. Ta-ta for now. Oh, the game did not like that. I need you to settle down, game. We are playing Skyblock and there is nothing here. I don't know where you think you were losing frames, but we are not. Okay, and this will be the barrier for the island. So, bep. Are we on the chunk? No, next one. Okay, now we're on the chunk. Sorry. And then back we go. One more, I think. Yep, one more. For a second I thought I saw a squid in that water over there. I'm gonna have to make a squid pond one day. That way we can get ink. Ta-da! It occurs to me that I do not have enough wood. Oh, that's the other thing I want to do. You know what? I may as well set it up now, actually. Sorry, coughing again. Where's my iron? There it is. I want to make a hopping botany pot. Yeah, so I need 2 logs. Well, I have a log, but I think I just turned the other one into a wood a second ago. I can't turn that into a log. Or I could just use a chest. Ugh. Not fish crying. Okay, I'm just gonna get a chest. Screw it. Don't I have... yeah. One hopper. Hopper. Pot. One hopper botany pot. I thought they were called hopping pots. I don't know why. And chest. Hopping pot. It requires a hoe? Since when? Well, I mean, it's growing. Why does it need a hoe? Why is there a slot for it? Oh, maybe there's a... Is it for tilled dirt? Damn, game. What is your deal? Hmm? Like, not even kidding. There is nothing out here. I don't know why you're struggling. I don't know. So, when this finishes, is it actually going to use a charge from the hoe? Or is it just Maybe this is for if we're using a special type of seed? Question mark? It is still growing. Nah, it's not working. I am literally just watching this plant grow. It's taking its sweet time. Come on. Come on. Blimey. Yeah, I know, right? This tree is taking its sweet ass time. Yeah, I know. Ah! It finished. And it did not take a charge from the hoe. So I'm guessing that we can put a hoe in there for some recipes, but not all of them. But yeah, see, that's the benefit, is I can do that. What is with all of the trees in this platform suddenly growing hives in them? Is it because I have flowers everywhere? Is it because I decided that to spruce up the place and make it look nice that I'm suddenly plagued with bees? Oh my god. All these poppies have different dye states. Why, game? Why do you do this to me? Look, I don't need any more of these nests. Why have they all got different colors? Is that because of the bees? Because that is really annoying. Oopsies. Well, I guess they'll stay out there. I mean, I picked up enough saplings to make the difference anyway. That's crazy. There you go, no more bees. I guess it is just because I had flowers nearby. The game was like, yep, beehives. At least I know how to get bees if I need more of them. I suppose it's time for me to also test that other thing, the other form of automation that I wanted to do. I'm gonna need another hopper. And plonk that there. Well, actually, I should probably, you know, aim that down. Aim. Hello? Okay. So that will just do it. Alright. That is good to know. I assumed it would, but you know, it's worth checking just in case. Now I need to find out whether or not the same will be for the sieve. So I need to make another hopper because I'm going to keep that one there. I have enough iron. Why am I looking around for iron? I have plenty. the hopper. Okay, now. Well, no, that's compostable. Do I have something meshable? I guess the moss. Oh, you know what? That'll do. Sand. In you go. Alright, survey says no. One does not simply put sand into the hopper and expect it to be auto-sieved. Okay. One does not. I didn't even get anything out of that. That was annoying. I'm assuming that means there is actually an auto-sieve somewhere. Okay, well there's a flux sieve. That's probably it. I could make this. I'm guessing I just need a I need a source of power. Which means I need mechanism, RF, or whatever. Look, focus on one thing at a time. We're making a storage platform. I'm not entirely sure. If... No, my brain's empty. I had a thought to that. There was something attached to that thought, but it flew away. I think I left like a hatch in my brain open, and the thought just escaped and disappeared because it's gone now. I wonder if there's a builder's wand. Okay, well there is a building wand, but that's going to cost me RF, and I don't have a source of power yet. I'm thinking my best. What I'm gonna go with is solar power at first. Well, I mean, obviously, a good source of power will be biofuel. Because I mean, I'm going to be going through 10 tons of composts and whatnot, so I could use the compost elsewhere and make biofuel. I know it's not the same thing, but like, I'm pretty sure you can use wheat to make biofuel, same as how you can use it to make compost. Because in all the mods in 9, I was using pumpkins. No, not pumpkins. I was using melons. And I would assume that you can compost melons in this game. Specifically saying in this game, I assume. Can you compost melons? I suppose it is a food. You probably can. I don't know. Don't really have a compost bin anymore, so don't actually know. Can you compost a melon? There is a drowned in there. What are you holding? Is that a prismarine shard? Damn it, I wanted that. I learned that falling off the island is not actually that big of a deal. You tend to just spawn up above. I wonder if the same thing will happen. Well, I imagine it probably won't do the same thing to monsters. Um, Otherwise it'll be drowned somewhere on my island. There's a skeleton on my island. I did not put any torches down. Don't worry though, it's daytime. Here, I'll put some of your flowers back down, just so you don't go crazy. Here you go. Bye. What the? When did that happen? I didn't realize I'd gotten a bottom one. You know, I actually kind of like having like this open this open barrier here with no fences on it, because it makes the island look so much bigger. Not having this cage around you at all times. But the only way you could compensate for that is by putting torches everywhere, and that's a mess. Suppose I could put trapdoors down. Can they spawn on top of trapdoors? Because like this island actually looks quite nice when it's flat and there's no barriers on the end. Obviously for animals you're gonna want to have fences there, otherwise they'll just walk off the edge like lemmings, but I do kind of like just the exposed look. Is that a horse? Oh shit. You have full health. What gives? Well, I mean, it's good to know that this is working. My inventory is full. Wait a minute, don't I have... Yeah, I do. I completely forgot that I had a backpack. Look at all the stuff that I got. Goodness. We got a carrot. Excellent. I can actually plant that then. Golden leggings with fire protection 2 and mana regen 2, with basically no armor value left. No durability. I want that string. Stop filling my inventory. String. There we go. Because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having fences along the side, and it does make you feel secure. But, I don't know, just having nothing there is... It's very freeing, I guess. Experience Stone Shovel of Grasping. This tool breaks in a 3x2 area, and apparently gives you increased experience gained. We're going to want to keep a hold of that one then, because that sounds quite useful, in fact. Now, how do I actually want my storage set up? Because I haven't actually given it any thought. All I knew is that I was going to make an island for storage. We have these oak chests that we got as a quest reward. It just sort of, this is just basically just a normal chest. But we can upgrade it. What is this? Allows to deposit and pipe items to and from a connected multi-block of storages. Well, that's interesting. So, sophisticated storage has its own system for pulling in and putting out items. Is that what this is? Hmm. Also, yeah, this is what I meant about upgrading it. You can go from that to copper, but you can probably just go straight to iron. And then iron you can take to gold, which I don't have enough of. Jump to gold. But I do have a fair whack of iron that I can use. That's osmium. Yeah. So let's do that. So we take the chest, surround it in iron, makes an iron chest, which has higher inventory. I'm thinking, for now, we make iron chests. Yes, I think we should make iron chests for storage. Also, why do you need to make a redstone torch in order to make sophisticated storage chests? That's annoying. Because I don't have redstone in spades. In fact, do I actually have any redstone? Yeah, I have 6. Okay. Well, that's not an awful lot. Hmm, 3 witches' hats makes 6 redstone. Red sand apparently is the way to get is the way to get this. All right. red sand. That's red sandstone. And I just need red sand. So I need to hammer sandstone, red sandstone, or crushed netherrack. Alright, how do I get red sandstone then? From red sand. That would be about right. Alright. If you're going to be like that, where do I get crushed netherrack from? Hammering netherrack. Alright, where do I get netherrack from? Witch water and lava. Or lava and lava, in fact. Wow, witch water and lava. Oh, the source block is consumed, though, in this instance. Makes a block of redstone. Alright, well, if we just go lava and lava, then we'll make netherrack. I need my bucket. Where is it? It's in my inventory. I'm stupid. I need another bucket. Is this not actually right? I mean, red sand comes from crushed netherrack. Comes from netherrack. Which in a block generator, which is what I have. 2 lava. Is a netherrack. I don't understand. Well, tell you what, let me read the quest book first. Alright, here we go. Uh, oh, if we want to make other blocks like andesite or even obsidian, we'll need to place those blocks under the generator. Check JEI to see more recipes. Hold up. So, in order to actually get netherrack out of this, I actually need netherrack. Is that what that's saying? Oh, that's what the block underneath it is for. Okay. So I need another source of netherrack first. A mechanical drying basin would work, but that requires RF then. I don't want to go down Witch Water's route, but I might need to. Wait, Porcelain Crucible. I made one of those. And I got lava. Do I have netherrack already? If I do, then I can just put one underneath the thing. I do. Put one underneath here, and then it'll start creating me more netherrack then. Aha! Look at me go. I am a smart. And this smart person needs a drink quickly. So, took me 2 seconds. Hydration check, everybody. Bam. Hydrated. I love all this netherrack. I don't know why you'd want to upgrade this. Supposedly you can upgrade this to make it faster. Why on earth would you do that? In the time it took me to get a drink, to like, basically, like I put the block down, I opened this, I went and unscrewed the lid of my drink, took a drink, put the lid back on, put it down. I already managed to get over a stack of netherrack. I don't know why you'd ever want to upgrade that. It seems like an unnecessary thing. I put 64 in there so that way I have them on reserve. Oh shit, I didn't put the torches down still. Let's just make it daytime. I don't want to have to deal with that. Alright. So. Small batch first. So I can check it out. Oh yeah, by the way, it's animated. Look at that. Bam. Crushed netherrack. Oh, sounds like gravel. And sand. And then hammer it again. Bam. Red sand. Hell yeah. Progress. We love progress. Still don't have an automatic sieve though, so I'm gonna have to do this by hand, but for diamond here you really don't get an awful lot, do you? 2 redstone. Man, am I looking forward to man, am I looking forward to automatic sieving. Oh dear. Well, I have a cactus now too. I have a cactus. Raw gold. A little bit of redstone. Honestly, I think I got more redstone out of my mob grinder than anything else. Who drops them? Because it's not just witches that I'm getting it from. Who's dropping them? By the way, so I have a diamond mesh on this. Apparently netherite stops you from getting dead bushes. But that's a 14% chance to get redstone dust, and I got how many? 2, was it? Blimey. You get redstone from witches? Question mark? Oh yeah, mob drops. Which spawns in any biome, light level below 8, 5 experience. The witch. So we must be getting witches in there then if I'm getting redstone. Unless the redstone didn't come from those witches. And they were just already in there from quest rewards. Which is a possibility. Just trying to think if there's a better way. There's no witches in there. No witches on the map. Hmm. I'm guessing sieving really is just the best way to go about it. Do I have... what does it take to get an auto clicker? I already forgot from last time I looked at this information. Oh, wait, there's a flux hammer. Okay, this is actually kind of what I want, but again, this is requiring power. Alright, well, in that case, what does it take to get just your basic generator, which will be coal-fired? Okay. So that's an oil generator, which is not really what I want, but I'm having a look anyway. It requires canola. A coal generator. Wait, a what? A leaf heating generator? That requires empowered Restonia crystal blocks, advanced coils, and Anori crystals, which I don't have. Coal generator requires things that I have. But if I can get a wind generator or a solar panel, that would probably be the best way. But I'm going to require machines for that. And this is a multi-block structure. As much as I would really want to do most of engineering stuff, mechanism just makes things so much easier, and this is a sky block, which means my resources are limited right now, and it makes no sense to try and grind out extra resources just to do things the hard way. If I was playing normal all the mods, it would make more sense, because that sort of stuff it's much easier to find coal and iron and redstone, but in To the Skies, it's not. It's picking what you want to use your resources on first, and mechanism is readily available to give me what I want for cheaper. That being said, iron generator literally is just a furnace, iron ingots, and a redstone block. The hell is a halitosis generator? Culinary generator requires food. Oh, but it requires an iron generator to actually make. Pitiful generator. A pity machine frame. Well, this is doable. I mean, not with what I currently have, because I think I have 8 redstone right now. But I can make it and make it soon. Question is, what do you make then? Do you make the iron generator? A rate of 80.5, sorry, an 80 Fe per tick. Requires coal. And the pitiful generator, which I'm going to assume is the exact same thing, but I don't know how much power that's producing. The bioreactor will then require plastic and whatnot, so you can't jump up there. Okay. Then you have the actual additions one, which doesn't even require any redstone. But does require black quartz. Do I even have, before I leave here, I know I said I was thinking about not having fences. but I keep walking off. Let me just actually put down these damn fences, or I never will. Oh, right. Is it this way? Here it is. I forgot how to make fences. Here we are. All ready to go. We shouldn't have any more monsters just showing up like that. Speaking of monsters, there are so many monsters in there. What the hell? Hold on, what is that? Oh, zombie villager. How could I have possibly made this so effective to the point where it just fills completely like that? Like, that is actually ridiculous. Alright. Anyway, next thing that I was doing, um, yes, I was making the iron generator. Which means I need a block of redstone, which is 9 redstone. I have 8, and I know where I can get more. I may need to repair my stone hammer after this. I was about to run all the way back, but I remembered I actually have a manual, um, a manual thing here. There you go, problem solved. Look at that, it's paid for itself now. Does this actually have physics? Oh, it does have physics. Oh, it doesn't like falling onto slabs. Doesn't mind being placed on it, but doesn't like falling onto it. All right, red sand. The fact that we can't automatically sieve this using or even automatically put it in using that is a pain. Just a second, looked like I got something out of that, but it flew off the edge. But it shouldn't have done. Fence is there. So how's everybody's day while we're doing this? Oh yeah, it's completely. I forgot. I have faces. I put this one on. I love the fact that I have faces. Like I don't even know where I would use them, but I love the fact that I have them. Because like obviously this one is supposed to be smug, and I also have one that's marked as try hard, which is the angry face. I suppose I could use the angry face when I'm playing Overwatch, but I'm not really try harding when I play Overwatch. Because I play like myself, which means I play like a goober. Obviously, you can't see as much of that because I'm constantly playing characters that I don't normally play on Overwatch in order to get my dailies and weeklies done. But when I am completely unrestricted on what characters I play, I like to go my DPS, and then I will play Torb when Torb is not useful. I will play Bol when Bol is not useful. I mean, I still play characters when they're not in their best time, but when I am unrestricted, you will see all goober nonsense. Because I no longer need to, well, not, I don't need to win, but I no longer need to play character X. I can play character Y. And while I was saying that, I just got assaulted by a fly, I think. Something flew at me. There we go. Oh, hell, goodness, 23 redstone. We baller. I keep forgetting if I press R, I do actually have a crafting table in my inventory. Okay. Don't worry, I shall survive my illness. Because I'm not actually sick anymore, it's just recovery nonsense now. Block of amethyst, block of quartz, block of lapis. Oh, look at a basic to iron tier upgrade. Cool, that'll actually save me time. Because I have another oak chest here. Let me just... Yep. And then... Yep. Well, that's interesting. 1 on my numpad actually turns on and off the tooltip. That's... Sure, why not? I just gotta make a note of that when I'm changing faces. Same as how number 3 I noticed seems to open the crafting recipe for whatever it is I'm looking at, which is actually really cool. I didn't even know that was a thing, and that will probably come in helpful at points, at times, but not right now, because I'm just trying to change faces. Sorry, my phone went off and I was checking to see what that was. Apparently it was, well, it was either the weather forecast for tomorrow, of which it'll apparently be 2 degrees warmer than it was today, or it was Reddit. One of the two. Not entirely sure which one it was. Oh, isn't this so pretty? I love this rainbow cloud thing that I did. It was such a nice decision by myself. Because it's like, I could have gone like with more serious sort of just normal clouds, but honestly, if I'm up here doing crazy magical nonsense in order to make things work, like twerking to make trees grow, or forcing mobs to spawn and fall for my pleasure, it's gonna be pretty rainbow clouds. I can probably put this stuff away, you know, I don't need to carry blocks of lapis and whatnot with me. Oh, I completely forgot. Yeah, I actually had this oak chest in here. It's doing nicely. It's not getting much, and I noticed that there are no saplings in there, but, you know, I'm getting there. I know saplings do spawn in there, because the first batch that I grabbed out for myself had saplings. Ah, well, there it is again. Okay, so it's not a fly, it's a gnat. Yes, I see you there. If you want to stay over there, you can stay over there. I just don't appreciate it when you fly into my face. Okay? We have a mutual understanding. I've immediately forgotten what I was doing. Oh, generator. Okay. Iron generator. I need to make a furnace. I need some stone. Moo 2-2. Okay. See here, Nat. I thought we had an understanding. Also, look at this. Jesus. So that's the stone. That's the block generator that we currently have. Speed modifier 1. There's a speed modifier 64. What could you possibly be making that would require that much speed? Maybe the blocks that you make require different amounts of time to generate, and it's not just one speed fits all. Because I see no reason for you to ever want to make this, unless you were just flexing. Because, like, damn. Could you imagine making all that netherrack 64 times faster? That is crazy. Here we go. One iron generator. We have power. We have a source of power, everyone. What did I need the source of power for? Auto-sieving. That's right. Auto-sieving and auto-composting. Or something along those lines. Alright. We don't really have any coal. But what we do have is wood. Are you fascinated up there or something? Get down. Oh, I have ender pearls. Where did I get them from? Was that a quest, or did I... Well, it must have been, because I wouldn't have gotten them from Endermen. So it must have been a quest. Let's make sure we don't lose those, because... Things how Endermen don't appear in my farm, because the building's not tall enough and it uses water. I don't actually have a way to get ender pearls, so let's just make sure we don't lose that. I don't remember what I came back here for. Oh, wood. I came here for wood. I'll tell you what, I have enough stone to really, like, not care about the lava in the middle. So what I'm going to do is bucket out this last one, and then fill this with stone. Lava. Okay. Or not. Lava. There we go. Because obviously that'll last. It lasts a while. And for good measure... Oh, actually it's not ready yet, is it? Yeah, not yet. Okay. Oops. I was going to say put another one in, but no, it's not ready. I thought I could put them in here. Okay, or not. Fine, be that way. Thought I could do that with blast furnaces, but I guess not. Isn't there an iron furnace? Yeah, of course there is. Because iron furnace is in the pack. It would be considered a waste of lava if I was to break this now and turn this into an iron furnace. Unless there's a stone to iron. What the hell? Okay, well, rip the lava then. Oh, because it upgraded. It did actually do the upgrade. I didn't think it would actually stop the process then, but oh well. Yeah, and the next one is gold, but we don't have enough gold. Yeah, alright. Is the lava ready? No. This is taking a little longer than I thought it would. If only we had a better source of lava. Which we do not. Can't turn this into lava, can I? Nether bricks. Oh! Apparently I can use that in here instead of cobblestone. Good to know, good to know. If I put it in a mechanical squeezer, I get a bucket of lava out of one of them, but I still require RF for that. That is a lot of RF that you need. Particle collision? Really? Okay. Whoa. Adamant dust and netherrack makes netherite scrap? Okay. Wait a minute. How do you get adamant dust? Because netherite scraps is going to be something that we would really want. Uh, adamant scraps from adamant ingots or nickel and diamond. Interesting. Okay. So we're definitely going to want to get access to nickel and diamonds on because if we could automate nickel and diamond production and then automate that, the obtaining of netherite scraps, that'd be good because then you can turn netherite scraps, of course, into netherite, and then we're basically set for netherite armor and tools for life. You done yet? Yes, you are. Excellent. In you go. There you go. It's a little faster. Not really like super duper fast though, I will admit. But you know. Still, we have gotten a source of coal. Oh, which goes in here. But I probably shouldn't break it put it in now because I may need to move it. I need the autosieve. That's actually going to require a lot of iron. I believe I have enough, but we are going to start getting a little low. Oh, I need another one. I have a hopper, and I will just use the other sieve, because there doesn't really seem like a reason to... I thought the cow's head was swollen. No. Doesn't really seem to have a reason for this, so we'll do this. Alright, so... I nearly didn't mute in time for that cough. Sieving with flux. Missing inventory on output side. Where's the output side? Actually, you know what? At a guess, it's probably underneath. At a guess. Yes, it is. But now I'm nervous because, yeah. Oh, there we go. You know what that'll do? That'll do. And this could be the auto hammer. Okay, that goes there. Give me a stack of netherite. I'm going to do this one manually, the hammering part. And then when I get to the sieving part, then I'll see if it will be automatic. Well, I mean, it should be. That's literally the point of it, of the item. It's the point of the block is to automatically sieve. But, I mean, you know, you never know. It might not work that way. Because I didn't put a thing in here. Oh, that's where it goes. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Can I have that? There we go. Thank you. I know, obviously, it would be beneficial to have this for me to use too. But, I mean, if this works out the way that I think it will, there is not really a point in doing it any other way. Because I'm making an infinite source of lava. Pretty much. With the amount of netherrack I'm making, I pretty much do. But I also have the infinite cobblestone generator, basically, that I can use to create lava. And I can make coal pretty damn quickly. In fact, I don't even really need anything because as long as I don't run out of saplings, I'm not going to get gridlocked. And then I'll have power, and this goes in here. And I can always take the mesh out and move it manually. So if this goes in here like this, I wonder what goes in here. Oh, right, power. We were just talking about that. Oh, it sieved. It sieved. It did an auto sieve. Sorry, my voice started fading there. Alright. Well. We have an auto sieve, meaning I no longer need to bother with that one. The next thing I need to do then is the auto hammer. How do I make that? Pretty much the exact same way, but I don't have the iron on hand to do that again. Or at least I don't think I do. Hang on. What do I need? I need a hopper and 2 blocks of iron. If I was to suddenly say, here's my hopper. Yeah, no, I don't have enough iron. Okay. I need iron. So there's some iron ore chunks. Alright. That's it for iron products. So how do I get the iron ore chunks? Gravel. Which is stone. Which I have about 1 billion of. Alright. That's not a problem then. You know what? I don't actually need to carry this with me. Let me put the flint mesh in here. There you go. And then it was 4 of this. It says 3 iron ore, and then I was squishing it in here, wasn't I? Which I then stick in the blast furnace with the 10 tons of charcoal that I've made. That makes me iron. I need gravel. Because that is not enough. Thankfully, I know where I can get 10 tons of cobblestone. This chest right here. Maybe to you too. Excuse me. I'm not letting the volume bar hit 0, by the way, between unmuting myself after coughing. I have no idea whether that means the coughing is still somewhat audible or not. I assume not, because it's usually after the sound has already occurred. So it should be fine, but you never know. Anyway, stop. Hammer time. My hammer is broken. My hammer is fixed. Alright, so I've now got 10 tons of gravel. And an automatic sieving machine. I need to prioritize doing gravel first, please. This is actually pretty slow. Arguably slower than doing it by hand, but it is automatic. So I wonder what the upgrades are, because there is an upgrade slot. What's this? This is called X Machinus. At mod X. Oh, okay. No, that's modular routers. Wait. No. X. I forgot. It. You don't need to type at mod. No. Okay. Oh, so this must be it then. Gold upgrade. So we've got the comparator upgrade. Sneak right click on a block to set the redstone output direction to the clicked face of the block. Oh, so you can have it so that when it finishes sieving an item, it automatically sends out a redstone pulse? Is that what that means? Or is it well, it must be actually, because it doesn't do one part at a time, it just works the whole way. That's kind of interesting. You could create like a little setup to notify you every time it finishes sieving something by making it go straight into a note block. Though, I have no idea if it still does that if it finishes working, or if it when it successfully sieves something. But I think what we want is the gold upgrade. I noticed that it says upgrade count 1, 2, and 3. Items processed 2, 4, 8. So, I'm thinking that these upgrades, you can stack them and they will improve how many items are processed at the same time. Meaning that we want a diamond upgrade, really, because that's 16 items at the same time. You'll get through a stack in, like, no time at all. How does one make it? Wow, I need specifically green dye and cyan terracotta. Well, green dye is not actually too difficult to get a hold of at the moment because we have cacti. My voice did not reach the pitch I needed to say the word cacti. Yeah, I nearly got caught out on that one. Nearly coughed straight into the microphone for that one too. I'm gonna have to be careful talking. So, we have sand. Where am I gonna grow cacti? You know, I kind of want to just, for shits and giggles, I want to grow it in here. We're gonna grow it here. I mean, realistically, this is a pretty good place to grow this because if monsters take offense and walk up, they can walk into the cactus. So, whatever happened to those stairs? Because obviously they're not going to walk into the cactus when they're like that. Oh, you know what else I could have done? I could have attached it to the botany pot. Make another botany pot. How am I finding ATM to the sky so far? I'm doing alright. There were a few hiccups where I couldn't quite figure out how I was progressing, but I figured it out. I'm getting there. My biggest issue at the moment is I have a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff I don't need right now. Where did I put those stairs? I need my sorting platform. My chest platform. There they are. Yeah, I'm not super far into to the skies yet, but I'm getting there. And prior to doing this, it had been a very long time since I've actually done a Skyblock game. So, pretty much getting back into the swing of things. Yeah, this looks right. I guess I don't really need to do anything too crazy. Just a way for them to be able to walk up into the cactus and it not look terrible. Sorry, I had to mute myself there, coughing. God, it's so loud in there. I was planning on trying one of the ATM to the Sky packs soon, but I haven't played anything like this since Sky Factory 2.5 almost a decade ago. Yeah, that's pretty much the exact same boat that I'm in. I played, I don't even know if it was Sky Factory itself or if it was some other, thing. Yeah, I need to turn down the hostile audio. It's getting a little ridiculous. It was fine earlier, but now it's getting absolutely horrendous. You know what? I actually don't like that there. Let me get rid of these. But yeah, it had been a very long time. You can craft wooden spikes, drop them all to 1 hit point. But I don't really need to. They're kind of already there. I made the pitfall be the exact height required to knock them down to half a heart. The only exception is if they have like special armor that protects them from fall damage. Made the drop correct, always mess it up. Oh, I did mess it up. when I actually built this, I built it one block too short. And so I was like, oops, and I just had to make like one extra layer. But thankfully I discovered my mistake just before I'd actually committed to it. Monsters can't spawn on stairs, can they? Or on these. Actually, they probably can, because this is... Hmm. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, they've got a light source here, which will cover this area, and then these light sources will cover here. So it's probably fine. F7? Do they have this in here? Oh, they do have it in here. I didn't think that they had the light overlay in this one. Eh. Blip. Yeah, problem solved. Man, I really want to hit him, but I don't have the inventory space right now because I'm trying to focus on other things. But there are so many creatures in here, it is ridiculous. No, fuck it, we're doing it. I don't know why there are so many in here. It is absolutely ridiculous. Oops. Can make something called a vacuum chest. Yeah, I know. I haven't got around to that yet because I don't have a reliable source for ender pearls yet. So I don't really want to go around making that stuff yet. I would actually sooner create hoppers on the floor. Because I actually have a better source of iron than I do of ender pearls. I did consider actually briefly having a little mechanism that would have water flow to actually push all the items into one area, so that way I can push them into one hopper. But yeah, haven't gotten around to that. I mean, this is literally the first instance of technology that I have, so we're not quite there yet. We're early days. This early, you'd rather spend a pearl than 9x5 iron. Actually, I'm kind of in a situation where it's the other way around. Like, iron has a chance to drop out of gravel. Oh, excuse me, hang on a minute. Sorry, my lungs are repairing. Um, oh, you got ads. Okay, hang on. A graceful sword of slaying. Wow. Shift Gem of the Warlord. Chest plates. Plus 10% max health. Maybe I should stick this in my on a chest plate so that way I can get a bit of extra health, but I think I want to stick it on something that isn't going to break instantly. Welcome back from the ads. Sorry. I completely missed the ads, the ad warning. Um, yeah, no, iron is actually a lot easier to get than ender pearls because obviously with endermen they won't touch the water. Since they won't touch the water, I don't really have a reliable way to get them. On the other hand, iron just comes from gravel, and I've already I bum rushed diamond mesh because diamond mesh has a high chance of dropping better quality stuff like redstone and iron. And I gave it the Fortune 2 enchantment that I got as a quest reward, so I get extra stuff. As a result, I had basically like two and a bit stacks of gravel. I have 16 iron ore chunks, which I can turn into 4 iron ore. take over here to my little squisher. There you go. You forgot there's no no mob fans up there. Yeah, I can make mob fans. I have not made them yet because it was very recently that I managed to get a hold of a steady source of redstone and iron. Well, iron actually has been pretty fun. It's actually been okay. It was just time consuming. This is going to cut down my time immensely. And redstone, this is basically now how I'm going to get redstone easily. But look, I just got 10 raw iron. So, we get in there. It's not like super duper fast, but I'm working on it. But yeah, it's just water up there. And yeah, you can enchant the meshes. So when you get the Fortune 2 enchantment, absolutely stick it on a mesh. I would suggest putting it on a diamond at minimum, because I mean the next highest civ is netherite, so you're not going to be getting to that one for a while. So stick with diamond. No, I got 3 emeralds, 10 diamonds out of this, and I'm not even doing anything now. As soon as I get enough iron, I'm going to create a flux hammer, so I don't have to actually hammer anything. All I do is feed it cobblestone, it'll turn the cobblestone into gravel, feed the gravel into the autosieve, and it'll create things like iron for me. And I will have my first production line for resources, fresher ones. You just had a parcel arrive from the poor guy was putting it behind the wheelie bins already by the time they opened the door. Well, as long as you didn't just, like, stand there and watch him try to shove it behind the wheelie bin before announcing that you were there. Because if he just, like, looked up and just saw you standing there just, like, looking at him, then that's obviously going to be bad. Need more iron. Oops, I nearly put it in there without getting the increase. Oh, he heard you open the door. Well, that's fine then. Because that'd be really awkward if he like looked around, saw you weren't there, and like as soon as he shoved his head behind the bin to put it down, you just like stood there and were just like watching him very awkwardly try to hide it. I mean, at least he hit it though. At least he was trying to hide it, and he wasn't just like leaving it out in the open. Uh, yeah. I think I have enough iron now for me to actually do this. Hold up. What was that? Oh, glass. Okay. That's gonna take a moment longer, but 2 iron. I have the hopper. Oh, I need a diamond hammer. Well, it's a good thing I got diamonds. Sticks. Diamond hammer. And then I need glass panes. He's always the every delivery guy in your area. I see him like once a week, and your mum invites him inside for tea. Oh, well, that's a nice gesture. I'd say I don't have that kind of relationship with my delivery guy, but mind you, I have a different delivery guy every single time, so it's not like I get to know him. I need glass. That means I need sand. I have sand. Well, did I really just try to make glass panes in my inventory? Oh, you live in a tiny village. Everyone knows everyone type of thing. Oh. If you don't mind me asking, where are you then? That is not a thing for that. In England? Oh, it's a tiny town in England. Well, right now you're watching a stream of the weird English, where the Aussies over here. We're the weird ones. Yep, I am Australian. You can hear the accent? That's very interesting. Because usually when I'm talking to people, they think I'm British. Because they think that I have a British accent. And it's weird because it's the Aussies that say that. Glass panes. Flux hammer. Yes! Do I need anything? I don't. Okay. So, I just stick in the cobble. Oh, I need more power. Why aren't you sharing any power? You're just hogging all the power. Come on, you're really gonna just hog everything? You have lots of family in Australia, so you're used to your guys' accent being mixed. British one always. Hmm. Yeah, I get a lot of people thinking that I'm British, even though I've never actually left the country before. So, I mean, I don't doubt that there is a possibility for there to be a British accent. Part of my family does come from England, but I myself have never left the country. I was born and raised atop a barbecue. It was very hot. Singed my butt a little bit. It's breaking. Is this working? Why not? Missing inventory on output side. Or what's the output? Oh, it's putting it. It's trying to put it in. Give me that back. Wait, is the output side only ever on the right? Oh, are you supposed to? Okay. Well, that's a pain. I need a hopper. You're born in the same house you're inside of right now. Oh no, see, I've at least moved. I haven't lived in the same house my whole life. I have at least bothered to move. Maybe actually that's not a bad idea. I probably could have actually made mechanism pipes. They're called logistics. Logisticals. Okay. No, because I need steel. Steel and basic control circuits. What about the pipes mod? Is that in here? Okay. Well, would have required around the same amount of iron, but then the addition of one extra redstone, but I would have gotten 16 iron pipes. Although then I would have needed the wrench too. Oh, that's just flint. Oh well, too late. Can you, like... There we go. Put that there. And then... why did you do that? There we go. And then put the flux hammer there. So now we're still getting electricity. Give me that. Missing inventory on output side. No, I need a chest. We're making the pipes. Oh, they're not furnaces, they're droppers. Annoying. Okay, that's fine. I've got redstone. Yoink. It's fine. Okay, so what I need is some stone. Okay, get some stone. Make dropper. Make item pipes. I need 2 flint. Flint, 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 flint. There's 1. There's 2. Make a pipe wrench. And give me that back. Whoop, actually, you know what? Let me stand here before I break that. Just in case the game gets any ideas. Alright. So what I'm going to do is put it backwards. And then the chest? No. I want this chest. Because this chest is bigger. Where is it? There it is. Put that there. Alright. And then item pipes. With it. Oh, we put the hopper on top because there was an inventory above it. Alright. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Pull out of there. It goes in there. Cobble. Missing inventory and output side. No, we're not. Output side is to the left. You know, reading your description, I think you might enjoy a game called Kingdoms Reborn. It's my current favorite city builder game. Kingdoms Reborn. Yes, I did just tap out to go and look it up. Hang on a minute. Come on, Steam. You can do it. I believe in you. Kingdoms Reborn. $28.95. A city builder with simulated citizens set in a procedurally generated world map. Grow your kingdom through the areas from a tiny medieval hamlet into a prosperous global empire. Cooperate or complete in real time with your friends in multiplayer mode. It does look nice. Kind of reminds me of a game I've actually got on my wish list right now, which is the come on, brain, you can do it. Town to City, that's right, yeah. Town to City, which is like the voxel city building one that came out recently. It's like 2 months ago now, something like that. It's multiplayer, by the way. I usually play with my brother and we build a separate city and trade together. Unfortunately, I am the management genre guy in my friend group. I don't really have people who play this sort of thing with me. There is one person on my friends list who might tap into this sort of thing. But he likes his really big grand things. He's like a civilization nut. He plays like Europa and Victoria 3 and all that jazz. He plays his really big ones. So like dumbing it down into like a city building one is probably going to be a little boring for him. Yeah, that's your brother. 5,000 hours in EU4. Yeah, yeah, that's him. Anyway, um, missing inventory on output side. This is the output side, is it not? Oh no, that's a wheel. Okay, that's a wheel. I didn't realize that was actually a wheel. Look, I put that there and it didn't do anything. So the output site is not down. Oh, it's behind. It's okay. Give me that back. No, it's in front of it. It's a chute right there. Give me that. Missing inventory and output site. Machine is working. It's on the front. Okay. Why is it on the front? This one's on the bottom. But this one's on the front and there's no indication of that. That's annoying. Anyway, so that goes there. Where's my wrench? Output. Cobalt. Much prefer the config thing. Yeah, though this is obviously not mechanism that I'm playing with right now. Oh, did that move? Oh, hey! Look! Ladies and gentlemen, we have automation. Alright, so to start it all off, I need to put items in here, not in here. That's gonna be weird. But basically, items go in here and they go in there. I suppose I didn't have to put an iron chest right here though. I put the iron chest here so that way there's a backlog in case I have more things being mullered with the hammer than I do being sieved. Because I mean I can only store 9 different types of blocks. So it's like creating a buffer. Though I'm not sure if I really need to worry about it because they take the same amount of time. So realistically, as fast as it takes to hammer a thing is how fast it takes to sieve a thing. Super excited for Wednesday. You got your next Dungeons and Dragons session. I have not played Dungeons and Dragons in a while. Oh, okay. I have to put a chest there. But what I will do though is I'll just use a normal chest. There we go. I can't do it's straight into pipes. Why do people keep knocking? You're a very popular person, that's why. Window installation expert just knocked on your door and asked if you were the house owner. There we go. So I got a buffer for the input of items to be hammered, a buffer for the output of things that were hammered and are waiting to be sieved, and then I've got the actual output chest itself. Finito. And just because I know this is going to screw me over, I need some signs. Because at some point I'm going to forget. This is the first proper D&D campaign ever. Oh, it's your first D&D campaign. Or the first proper one, anyway. Hammer input. Sieve output. Playing with 4 friends plus the DM. Ah, yes. I used to do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. We used to play a game every weekend. The campaigns would rarely ever get finished. these days, I don't know if they're still doing campaigns. I stopped joining the campaign stuff because I was working at the same times they were doing them, and eventually they just stopped asking, which is okay with me because as much as I enjoyed Dungeons and Dragons, um, my schedule is wonky compared to theirs. Like for instance, I work on weekends when they don't, so it's always complicated. But I'm okay with that. Uh, Currently a rogue, but just hit level 3, so you're subclassing as Sinner from a source material thing your friend bought. See, I'm a magical guy. I pretty much always have to do magic stuff. I think in one campaign, no, sorry, two campaigns, I played as characters that weren't magical. I played as a rogue once. No, actually, that I did three actually, because I played as a rogue once. No, I was a rogue twice. I was a rogue twice and a warrior once. I think it was warrior. Um, Only one of those campaigns actually got finished, so yeah. But usually I am a magical motherfucker. Usually I'm running around with spell slots, so schedule is pretty easy. But sometimes we're swapping D&D days from Wednesdays to Fridays. Your friend is playing sorcerer, and at like level 7, I think he unlocks essentially Avatar Bloodbending. I don't have any books. I had to borrow all of my mates, so I don't actually know all of the terminology and all of the secrets regarding it. But I usually like to play as wizard because they have the largest selection of magical spells. And before you ask, no, I was not using fireball constantly. I was that player that would always try to do really weird things in Dungeons and Dragons and usually get away with it. You have a cantrip right now as Sinner and I deal all force damage since you use Jinxcraft. Yeah. Yeah. I would do all the weird shit. Like I convinced we got cornered once in a cave by a dragon. I managed to convince the dragon to leave us alone by using magic to make it seem as if the roof of the cave had caved in and spewed lava everywhere. So the dragon thought we were dead and buggered off, and I just ended the combat like that. There was another instance where we were being attacked by guys on flying mounts. Uh, I then convinced the mount that it was actually upside down. Um, I convinced the mount that it was upside down, so it flipped upside down to try and correct itself and just threw its rider off to its death. Uh, I, I, I'm the guy where my DM literally came up to me and said, "Look, mate, we're starting a new DMD campaign, but I need you to settle down." Oh, excuse me, sorry, I didn't mute. I didn't mute in time for that. Sorry, I'm recovering from a cold. I'm coughing a lot, so I'm trying to mute myself in time. Rolled a nat 20 intimidation as a changeling, so your DM said I momentarily changed my form into a giant orc and screamed at the guy. I haven't tried anything like that. I think the closest thing I've done to that is I jumped off of we were like defending a fort and I jumped off of the top of the fort and landed on the back of like a dire stag and I tamed the stag and it just became my pet for the rest of the campaign. Or until the campaign was cancelled anyway. The worst thing is, I think, when it comes to the DM when I'm playing, is the fact that I am a magical motherfucker, but I am using non-combat spells for combat, and I get away with it. Not because I roll, but because he likes to encourage creativity on how you handle situations, and he's willing to bend the rules for the sake of things that are interesting, because he likes to promote interesting decisions and not just fireball, fireball, fireball. So when I start pulling off weird shit that actually makes sense, he agrees to it, and then it works out, and then his combat ends early, and then he's like, dude, can you not do that? I prayed to our paladin's god as a thank you to him for saving me, and the DM rolled a D100, and I rolled a perfect 100, so he gave me a divine smite scroll. But that's it. A Divine Smite scroll for a D100. You know how hard it is to roll a natural 100? That should have just been. Oh, you were level 2. Okay, well, sure. But I mean, a god gave you a spell for rolling a 100. My DM once gave us the option between sessions to come up with a magical item that he would give us as rewards for quests. We could each create our own magical item within certain boundaries. He agreed to let my magical item be extra powerful because I also created a curse that came along with it, where if my character died while I was holding the knife, my soul would actually get trapped inside the knife, and the soul that is currently in the knife will jump out and become a new boss. It never ended up happening, but it meant that he gave me an extra powerful item um, because I agreed, and it was my idea, to buff myself at the expense of wiping my team if I fuck up. Yeah, my DM got mad at me last session for not checking out the floating lanterns in the dark forest while my party was asleep. Well, I mean, how obvious did he make it? I mean, that's the thing, is that the GM will come up with like 50 different things that are interesting in one area, but not everyone is going to look at it. I mean, one of the funniest memes I can think of is is that little skit that you find online, where it's like you walk into a bar, everything looks perfectly normal, but there is this most evil-looking dude standing at the bar with a powerful aura around him, and then the players just say, "I go and talk to this random dude that has nothing to do with it, doesn't even have a name." You have a Tooth of the Jinx Leviathan +1. Yeah, I mean, he made it super obvious, but I really did not want to check while we were waiting for the Goblin Scouts so we could ambush. That is also perfectly fair. I mean, you have to think as the actual character. If you're waiting for goblins in ambush, the last thing you want to do is investigate something that is not necessarily in the area. Excuse me. I mean, if your party is asleep, you're on your own. If something happened, that's bad. Ad block. What am I... What am I doing? I just finished that. Oh, right. I was going to feed it 10 tons of cobblestone. I mean, that's the thing about Dungeons & Dragons. You have to think like the person. So if you don't want to wander off, then don't wander off. Because why would you do that? I need like an auto crafter. What does it take to make an auto crafter? Because then I could automatically turn these chunks into actual things. An auto crafter. Well, a formulaic assemblicator is usually what I use, but that's not gonna fly because it's gonna require steel control circuits. Welcome back. I was just saying, realistically, if your party is asleep and you are a rogue, the last thing you want to do is bugger off and leave your camp, especially when you're waiting in ambush for enemies. You have to think like the person, not what the DM would want. Because you're rogue, you're a squishy rogue. Yeah, you hit hard, but you also get hit hard. So the last thing you want to do is leave your party asleep while you're waiting for an ambush to go and investigate something on your own. Apparently the lanterns weren't a threat, but I didn't know that time. Yeah, you wouldn't have known. If you're in the middle of a dark forest and some floating lanterns just show up, I would be pretty suspicious. But like what I would do at the very least is wake the party up. So what I would suggest doing is waking up the party to investigate the lanterns. But you don't know if they're a threat or not. Depending on what your backstory is as a rogue, you might even be tempted to actually hide instead. There was one floating lantern and a second one appears like a set of eyes. Yeah. Well, in that case, I would perceive that as a threat. And you would either wake up the party and get ready for combat, or you would hide. Why would you investigate a set of floating lanterns that have eyes? I don't really have a source of auto crafting, but I guess I'm probably expecting too much. I mean, I've just created the ability to even get copious amounts of ore. Like, I literally just have to stick cobblestone in here. And I could probably filter in all of this. I mean, it's netherrack right now, obviously, but like, just blip. And then pick up the lava. Put the lava in there. Hey! Okay. Do not put the lava back. We keep the lava in the bucket. I need a water bucket. And then put the water back over there and it turns to cobblestone, and then I can just send the cobblestone through. That is a porcelain water bucket. Do I not have another metal one? Okay, I guess not. Oh, it's in my inventory. I was curious. Oh. You hid behind a rock? Yeah. Yeah, everyone who chats in my chat gets a little Pikmin that walks around on the screen. And there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do with your Pikmin, different commands that you can do to launch them. And there should be on the right-hand side of the stream, there should actually be a UI that lets you customize your Pikmin, like changing what type of Pikmin you have, or whether or not you have a flower or not. You haven't played Pikmin since you... You haven't played Pikmin since it's still... There is a Wii. There is a Pikmin for the Wii. I forgot what I was using that water for. There you go. Cobblestone. Because I probably don't need any more of this netherrack. I think I've probably got enough. There was actually a good Pikmin on the Wii. I might just store the rest of this netherrack somewhere. What do you mean you customize your Pikmin? You don't see the tab. It should just be on the right-hand side of the stream. Yeah, it should. Yeah, it's called Stream Avatars. So on the right-hand side, you should see a little pop-up when you move your mouse over the screen. There should be one for sound alerts and one for Stream Avatars. And Stream Avatars will let you be able to change what Pikmin you are. I'm the little yellow one because yellow is electric. Just quickly refreshing the stream on my side. Just so that way it's a bit more up to date. I think I need to send a message after authorizing. No. Okay, well, it looks like a bot has already posted, but there's the there's like information there in regards to what you can do with your stream avatar. Oh no, that's the setup. Okay, never mind. In any case, there's a whole bunch of commands that you can do, and I think you can even do them from inside the stream avatars thing, but you can throw your Pikmin, and you can make them jump. You'll notice occasionally that there's a coin floating around. It's a Poco, which is the currency in Pikmin. If you collect them, nothing actually happens really, because there's nothing that you can actually buy. Everything is free. I wanted to let people express themselves, so I haven't restricted anything from being purchased. It does mean that the Poco don't really mean anything, but I mean it's a nice collectible, I guess, if you just want to collect them. So with enough netherrack in mind, what does it take to make item pipes again? 2 droppers, cobblestone. Because I'm just thinking to myself, what if I was to just straight up send cobblestone from this barrel into that system? Then we have an infinite source of, like an infinite source of resources. So I need more item pipes, which means I need 2 droppers. Dope. Give me that. Being careful I don't accidentally back into the lava. There we go. The benefit means that I send everything that's in here into here, which automatically gets sent into here, which gets sent into here, which gets sent into here, which gets sent into here. And we now have it basically a never-ending supply of resources. Excellent. Obviously, there are still things that I need to do, like netherrack as well is useful for redstone. I was just throwing cobblestone in there because that's how you get iron. But I would like more redstone. I'm going to need more of that stuff. I guess now the next step is to try and find a nice source of ender pearls. I've been trying to hug your Pikmin this whole time with mine. Come here. Get close. I just picked him up. Super difficult to use the controls. Yeah, that's fair. Actions. There is also a little bit of a stream delay, bear in mind as well. I mean, we are also very far away from each other. Pretty sure. I mean, you can just type in the chat rather than actually use the thing. There you go. I think my Pikmin is now chasing you. I don't think you need to actually type the ad, mind you. Come on. You can do it, Yellow Pikmin. You got this. Oh. How did you get on to... Okay, I didn't even know that they could still even get over there. I thought I'd restricted our movement there. Oh, they... Ah! That's really cute. You know, I haven't actually seen that animation before. That was pretty cute. Ender pearls, yeah. Well, if we sieve endstone, we get it, but how the hell are you supposed to get endstone ahead of time? Uh... Oh dear. You're listening to DRM-free music? Yeah, I am. I have a playlist of songs that I have accrued over the time, over my years. That's all royalty free. Well, not really royalty free. I own the licenses for them, so that's why I can play them. And thankfully, I know YouTube has not had an issue with this because I've been uploading all my VODs to YouTube, and they have yet to be an issue. They're going to request a song in particular. Yeah, I don't really have song requests, unfortunately, because I am still utilizing, like I said, specifically DRM-free licensed music that I own the license for, so I'm afraid we don't have that. Well, it's a good thing I actually created this overflow chest, because this hammer is obviously not going to catch up in time. Ender pearls. Can I just make end stone? Lava and glowstone dust makes end stone. Okay. You're quite used to these small streams, usually not posting the VODs at all. Yeah, no, I actually post all of the VODs on my YouTube channel. I do mean to actually do more with the YouTube channel. I just haven't gotten around to it. I will one day though. One day. I have a dream where I will use my YouTube channel for more than just VOD storage. Let me just bookmark this because glowstone dust is probably easier for me to get. Yeah, because glowstone dust just comes from dust. Interesting, interesting. What's the chance? 4%. That sucks. Hang on, diamond mesh. 11%. Okay, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. We'll get a witch prediction, but I don't have a way to get a witch yet. Well, I think this is probably the best way to do it. How do I get dust again? Sand. Smashing sand. How do I get... No one. I've already forgotten. Sand. Where is just sand? There it is. Sand. Gravel into sand. Okay, well, the gravel is going straight into here. Okay, well in that case I'm going to manually take out a whole bunch of the cobblestone. And... Wait, why am I doing this? That's not how this works. Give me that back. I need like a second crusher, basically, in order to turn the the gravel into sand again, and then the sand into dust. What do I do for work IRL? Work at a grocery store. Do I have a better way of making sand than just hammering upon hammering? If I use a crusher, I can go straight from cobblestone to sand. The gravel chest works as a buffer, so you could set up a second buffer chest for a crusher setup to sand, so you can still have a good amount of gravel, sand, dust all in one line. Yeah. I might actually just use it, just make an Ashley Additions crusher, and then just manually decide for sand. Because, realistically, if I set up another crusher next to it, I'm going to need to find a way to actually sort out, like half of the gravel comes in here to become sand, and then loops back around into dust, and then goes into this. Well, no. I need to separate the gravel by half, so that half the gravel goes in here, and the other half of gravel goes into another crusher to become sand. Then I need to split the sand in half, so that half the sand goes in here, and half the sand becomes dust. And then all the dust goes in here. I'm thinking until I have a lot of resources for me to be able to just create like a proper assembly line, I might need to just manually decide if I want to go into sand and dust. Because I can skip the gravel step if I use an Actual Additions crusher, because that'll go straight from cobblestone to sand. Which means I could always then do a split here, and half the cobblestone goes in here, half the cobblestone goes into the crusher. Crusher turns it to sand, and then I only have to split it once. So, how do I make an Actual Additions crusher? An atomic reconstructor. You could set up a gravel line, a sand line, and a dust line so you can auto-sieve all three separately. Yeah. The thing is that I just wanted to avoid creating multiple flux hammers. Because although the diamond hammer that you used to make it's not particularly expensive anymore, I mean, I have 15 diamonds in here. I only have this one source of electricity, which is actually out. I only have this one source of electricity, and I haven't made any electrical cables yet, so I was just trying to cram everything into one spot at the moment. But I could do with having an actual crusher regardless. So the only problem is that it requires Restonia and black quartz. Which is not a common thing. Do I even have any of the black quartz? No, which means that I'm not going to be even trying to make an atomic reconstructor because yeah, because you need the black crystals and those ones. Come on, brain, think for a second. Okay, well no. So the atomic reconstructor is actually pretty straightforward. The double crusher, however, requires the Restonia and basic coils, which requires black quartz, which you can get from sand. With a 10% chance, apparently. Or in my diamond mesh, I can get 11% chance. Maybe I do just need to make that extra hammer. I really want to make a solar panel because, I mean, I've got pretty unobstructed view of the sky. If I can make a solar panel... Well, this is kind of doable because it's just clay, lava, and coal. Let me bookmark that. I gotta start remembering to bookmark things. And then there's the solar generator, which will require mechanism. Yeah, 4 diamonds is definitely easier than 4 black quartz. I am kind of leaning towards just doing the extra assembly lines. But I do need a better source of power regardless, so I'm just having a look and seeing what I can get away with. It seems like my best choice is actually to go... Wait, hang on, what's Oratech got? Resources I've never heard of before. Yeah, how about not? How about no? This is doable though, because this only requires, at the end of the day, seems to require lava, iron, coal, redstone, and clay. All of which I have. You always use mechanism heat gens early game, then move on to power. Yeah. I mean, I'm using a coal generator. It's the exact same thing as the heat generators. It doesn't require lava, it just uses coal. And then I was just feeding it wood to make charcoal. I think I can probably get away with doing this. Okay, so I need dielectric paste. So I need clay, coal, and lava. Heat generators don't require lava; they require a lava source. Yeah, well, that's what I meant by lava. I didn't mean like in its inventory. I need my clay. I think it was down this end. Really need that sorting system. Excuse me. Is this all the clay I have? Is just these 6 balls? Okay, okay. Not quite as flush for that just yet. Dust and water. Okay, I'm gonna have to yield defeat. I'm gonna have to make some dust manually. Yeah, so sand comes from crushing cobblestone, or from turning into gravel and then going from there. Thermogenerators would be better, better than solar from power though. That is true. It's just a pain to set up the cobbles, to set up like an area where the lava doesn't burn the rest of the place down. But you are right. Heat generators are a busted power source. Unfortunately, don't their resources are slightly different. Yeah, even the most basic requires the blaze powder. I don't have a source of blazes yet. Blaze powder can be gotten from sieving dust. Basically, what I'm seeing is that if I sieve dust, I get everything that I'm looking for. Because look, there's my glowstone dust. There's my blaze powder. Alright. Shame I can't just turn that off, actually. I guess I should probably turn this off here, can't I? Oh, no, I can't. Because I need an upgrade in order to do that. Uh, where's the pipes? Pipes upgrade. What the? Iron nuggets and iron. Just need temporary power. Well, I have an idea as to which way I'm going to go. I don't know why I used a button for this and not just a pressure plate, but, you know. .33 iron. I think I have more iron back in the storage area. I could pick them up. That's osmium, I keep doing that. Or I don't, okay, never mind. Dust. A single gunpowder. Really, a diamond mesh with fortune 2, and I got a single gunpowder. See, that's better. Glowstone. Alright, now give me this. And now I can round robin that. Wait, hang on. How do I assign a whitelist? I've forgotten how to do the whitelist feature. Oh, it was the filter destination tool. I just figured out a thing. I need a single stone. Give me one of these. Filter destination tool. And then, I actually need another one of these. Put that in there. And then, there. Destination there. Okay. Cobble. No, wait. Oopsies. No, actually, no, that's fine. Okay, put that there. And then I want to add that new destination. Item tag. Gravel. Hold on. Gravel. Submit. Round robin. I broke it. I broke it. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Give me this. In here. Cobblestone. In there. Blacklist. Wait, why are you still doing that? Why are you still sending? What does it take to make an improved one? 4 gold. Let's try making an improved one. This is not quite running as smooth as I thought. I was kind of hoping that it would just work, but the round robin, for some reason, well, no, that's not even round robin. It's just doing it. So I'm just thinking. I'm hoping that an advanced one will fix my issues. Okay, give me this back. Give me that. A little bit more redstone. There you go. Okay, maybe it's not as simple as that either. Alright, hang on. This is away. No, what? No. No one there. Cobble. Submit as a blacklist. So now it should actually just only spew it into there. And it should theoretically also put gravel in here if there was space, but there is not. I need to make more chests. I don't have the storage space. Oh wait, I'm holding. Get these other things that I don't immediately need out of my inventory, please. So now I need to find a way for there to be space. Problem is, there isn't any. So I put the gravel in here, and it should round robin its way. You didn't round robin it. Why didn't you round robin it? Give me that. Actually, I might not even need to set it that way. I think you probably just round robin it. Naturally? Nope. Distribution round robin. Oh! Damn, it's because I'm stupid. That's why. It's because that's an input. It's round robining in here. See? It's not round robining into the hammer input, it's round robining into here, but because this is constantly full because we've constantly got all the cobblestone we'll ever need. I need to make another flex hammer. Shit. Okay. I lose. I can't. It's not doable. Let me make some energy pipes. I don't have the redstone for that. Which means I need to swap out this recipe here. Whatever happened to that bucket of the empty bucket that I had? Oh, did I turn it into a lava bucket? Yes, I did. Damn. Alright, let's try something else. What happened to that porcelain bucket that I had? I need a better inventory system. There it is. Okay. Give me that. Put the lava in. And we'll make netherrack instead of cobblestone. Because doing netherrack instead Oh, my game froze. And my game has crashed. Nope, there we go. Wait, that's not giving me redstone. In fact, this is actually giving me blaze powder. Oh, because I needed to crush it again to get red sand. See, what I'm learning is that I basically need to crush everything an indeterminate amount of times, depending on what it is that I'm after. If I'm after redstone, I need to crush netherrack twice. If I'm after glowstone, I need to crush cobblestone 3 times. Because I need to crush into gravel, crush into sand, crush into dust. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is that when I actually have a better setup going, is to have an assembly line specifically for cobblestone, assembly line specifically for netherrack, and an assembly line especially for endstone, because yeah, it's just not feasible to be able to filter them all through the same sieve. Uh, yeah, oh well. So I need to make more sieves, but I need to do this manually. Have some good old-fashioned hammering. Standing on top of my blocks of wiggly red spaghetti. It's all moving. I think it's supposed to be veins. Veins are like some kind of like brain thing. Not entirely sure. Okay, and now it's time to crush netherrack again. Oh, I was like, why didn't that work? It's because I'm hungry. Okay. Oops. There's the 3 here. Pretty hungry too. I'm actually gonna go make some food and clean up the kitchen for a while. I'll lurk till I'm back. Okie dokie. You enjoy getting some food and cleaning? Possibly not in that order. It's probably better that you clean first and then cook your food. that in there first. Clean while your food's still cooking is the strat. Well, I guess it depends on how dirty your countertop is. I mean, if your countertop is filthy, you should probably clean first and then cook your food. But I mean, if your countertop is clean and then it gets dirty while you're cooking, then yeah, clean while cooking. Oh, hey, look, black quartz. Does that come out of the red sand? No. What was that coming out of? Is it just coming out of the gravel? No. Is it coming out of the normal sand and not red sand? Yeah, it is actually. Just normal sand actually will create black nuggets. Oh, that's interesting. There is a 1% chance that you will get an all-the-modium nugget from sieving sand. If you have a netherite mesh, it's a 6% chance of you getting an all-the-modium nugget. That's interesting. Which means that because I have a diamond mesh already, realistically, if I left this save running for a ridiculously large amount of time, like if I was asleep or at work, I could potentially come back to an all-the-modium nugget already, despite not even having iron armor. Although I can technically have iron armor because the monster farm is dropping iron armor. So I was after redstone, I believe, was the thing that I was doing here. That's why I was after red sand. Tell you what, I'll preserve this one dust that I have and turn it into clay. Just because I know I don't actually have as much clay as I thought I did. I'm also going to have a hydration check. I notice my coughing has gotten slightly worse. Have been hydrated. And yet I somehow feel that was not enough. I can't just use lava buckets, can I? In here? Possibly I can, actually. Let me put it in. Might not necessarily be a coal generator. It might just be like a heat generator of sorts. Meaning sticking a lava bucket in here will actually be fine. I'm trying to remember. Problem is, I'm failing to remember what it is that I was actually aiming for at times. Because there's a lot of steps between where I am and where I want to be. And my brain is failing to remind me of where it is that I actually want to be. Why was I collecting glowstone? Ah, endstone. Yeah, lava and glowstone dust makes endstone. I also should try and get a hold of witch water. Because although it does consume the source block, putting a block of glowstone underneath the block generator with witch water will actually create endstone. The fact that it consumes the lava source block is a pain though, because you can't just create lava source blocks like that. You can't just create a lava source block and plonk that down. That is kind of just a limited thing. Or is it? Suppose if you use item draining from create, that ought to do it. Or have a way of putting lava into a bucket and then having a right clicker or a dropper. Actually, you know what? That'll do it too. A dropper with a bucket of lava in it. It'll drop the lava. But then how do you get the bucket back out again to refill it? A problem for another day. Because I do technically have a source of lava. It's just not like super amazing, that's all. Because it's not an infinite source. I have to provide it with stone. What am I talking about? Hang on. Let me make some tanks. My brain is not functioning on all cylinders right now. I can make basic oopsies. I can make fluid tanks from mechanism because they only require redstone, dust, and iron. Alright. Please make at least one basic fluid tank. We'll place it there. Then we'll pipe. And we need more item pipes. There you go. And then if I then also create fluid pipes, wow, they require buckets. Okay. And then I don't have enough iron. That'll be about right. I also need, I think it's mineral, but I also want to make a automatic squeezer. So I don't have to do all this jumping. But I do actually have a way of automatically creating lava and then piping it into a tank. Because I'm stupid. I could just create fluid pipes and pull the lava out of the crucible once it's been made. You know, something that would actually have been a pretty straightforward thought if I had given it a bit of thought. Alright. Make me some fluid pipes, please. Thank you. I guess I should actually raise that up one, otherwise I'm not going to be able to walk underneath it. And then... pull. Yeah, lava. I'm just ridiculous. And seeing as how this one is creating netherrack or cobblestone, and they both do the exact same thing, put that in there. Yep. And now it's spewing, and now it's putting cobblestone in here, which is being turned into lava. Yeah, that is okay. Good. I was just making sure. And so that will just store lava for me now, and I just have a source of lava. And now I just need something called like a fluid placer, I guess. Well, look at that. There's actually quite a few of those. Fluid placer by actual additions, fluid placer by industrial foregoing, simple fluid placer by just dire things, an advanced fluid placer by just dire things, and a fluidic plenisher. Whatever the hell that means. Machine that is capable of creating entire lakes by filling ravines with fluids. Cool. I guess that you can kind of use it for that, but yeah. Well, that's for mechanism. A fluid placer is basically an auto placer, but with buckets. An auto placer is straightforward, except it requires a basic coil, which we know requires black crystals, and a palace crystal, which is an atomic reconstructor on lapis lazuli. Can you hear that? One of the zombies has I just paused my music for this. One of the zombies has a backpack with a radio on it. There it is. Oh, it's a soulbound copper backpack. Oh, it's broken. Hey, that one's got a backpack too. Ones with backpacks have got like 10 tons of armor all the time. I wouldn't happen to have picked up a sword actually in all this, would I? Oh, I did. How lovely. I'm also just going to store all this stuff in this backpack that I picked up, because I don't have the inventory space to deal with this. Oh, what? Oh, whoops. Hang on. Man, this monster farm is absolutely ridiculous. But effective, though. I mean, hell. My backpack is full, though it was pretty much full to begin with. This backpack is nearly full. And this backpack has... This backpack's got a spawner agitator in it. Nice. Could use that. Later on, obviously. Not right now, but later on. Not really anything too helpful, I'll admit, actually. It's a lot of fluff, but hey. Fluff is not useless. Fluff is useful in the future. Spider. Everything is useful somewhere, especially in a skyblock. You don't think you have a use for that rotten flesh? Well, I can pretty much guarantee you the rotten flesh will turn into leather somehow. Yeah, here you go. It's also used for 10 tons of other things, including spider eyes, gateway pearls. What the? Generalized overworld predictions and rotten flesh makes iron ingots. There's a lot of things that this is useful for. I don't know why you'd make weed killer on a skyblock. Removes all grass and plants in a wide radius. Seems a little unnecessary. A capturing wand. Left click on a creature to capture it. Right click on a block to respawn that creature. I about to say that looked relatively cheap, and then I realized that it requires another star. Yeah, I don't think so, game. Not right now. These miniature red hearts. Do I have the resources? Oh, I do. I have the resources to make a heart amulet. Do I have the resources? No, I don't have enough resources for red heart canisters, though. Shame. If I did, then I would have been able to make extra health for myself. Not that that's really as relevant on the skyblock as other places. If this was like a normal mod pack, I would probably be jumping at the opportunity to get more health, but I'm on a skyblock. If I have a monster looming around the place on a skyblock, it means I've done it wrong. Charged Certus Quartz, Prismarine Crystals, Black Quartz, we have 19 of them, 31 Iron Nuggets. Oh, I have 3 Allthemodium Nuggets. Jesus Christ, and 28 Emeralds and 31 Diamonds. Oh boy. Also, Grains of Infinity, whatever they're really used for. Charged Certus Quartz is useful, though. I guess I'll take the Black Quartz, so I can start work on that stuff. What does it take to make an upgrade for the backpack, actually? Pick up modules. That's a stack upgrade, but no, I want to upgrade the backpack itself. Can I not? I might not be able to. Oh no, there we go. Okay. So just surrounded in iron, surrounded in gold, surrounded in diamond. Soulbound just means that it doesn't leave my inventory when I die, isn't it? Let's use the Soulbound one. I mean, if I die, I leave a gravestone. And I'm on a skyblock, meaning that the gravestone is going to be within arm's reach at all times, but I may as well use the Soulbound one because why not? So iron and gold are the upgrades. I suddenly remember the fact that I don't actually have as much iron as I thought I did. I'm very bad at remembering that fact. I'm not rich. Not when it comes to stuff I actually need. I've got a lot of stuff that I don't need, and then not a lot of stuff of things of. I have a lot of stuff that I don't need, and not a lot of stuff that I do need. Okay, copper backpack, iron, actually not even kidding. Can I just jump normal backpack? Yes, I can. No, actually, I don't think I really need to go any further than two backpacks because, like, once you get 2 iron backpacks on your person, if you're struggling still with inventory space, you're carrying too much stuff. I know I'm terrible for it because I like to carry everything I will ever need, but then I then die and then I don't have any of that stuff because it was all my person. But it is in the grave at least, so. But I shouldn't make a habit of carrying around 3 backpacks worth of stuff. Because that's a little absurd. There you go. So the one on my back is now a diamond backpack. Lots of inventory space, and this is exactly why I'm saying if I have 2 of these and they're full, then I'm carrying too much stuff. Especially because the next thing I'm going to do is make stack upgrades. No, I'm not, because that's an awful lot of copper that it requires. I don't remember it requiring 8 blocks of copper. Did it always require 8 blocks of copper? Because that's a lot. You know what? I'm just going to let it go. I don't think I really need to make a stack upgrade just yet. Okay. Now. Excuse me. So we have a source of lava. Realistically, it's an infinite source of lava. We also have an infinite source of resources being made. Sophisticated storage upgrade. How doth one upgrade the chest again? I've forgotten. Surrounded in iron ingots. Though I'm pretty sure there was an actual upgrade that I could do over here. So we're at iron. So iron to gold tier. I'm gonna need more gold ore. Ta-da! 34 raw gold. Fantastic. So we'll make this gold. Oh, well, smelt this gold. And I will use that to actually make an upgrade for the iron chests. Or at the very least, I'll do an upgrade for this one. The actual finished items chest. I don't really need to store any more cobblestone or netherrack in this one. I'm pretty sure this is sufficient, considering how fast that these machines actually are. There's a debug tool. I was wondering if I can grab it, but I can't. Didn't realize I'd put that in the normal furnace. Blast furnace is still a little bit faster than the iron furnace, but only by a little bit, so it's probably best so I just have both of them go. I'm gonna have a quick drink while they're doing that. Okie dokie. So, in order to make these upgrades, iron to gold. I need redstone torches. Sticks! I need sticks. I know I have sticks sitting around here somewhere. There they are. Iron to gold. I can make an iron to diamond. How many diamonds do I have? 19 of those at the moment. And how many in here? 15. Never thought I'd see the day where I have more diamonds than I do iron. Since it is an infinite amount, I will actually do it. Okay. Iron to diamond. Hey, it broke my sign. Rude. There we go. So now this should hold a lot more stuff that we will be able to just fill, because I don't have any stack upgrades on them, since they require an ungodly amount of copper. Um, so I'm just going to have it. I like how it's cheaper for me to actually make this diamond chest, than it is to actually make a copper stack to make a stack upgrade. Because the stack upgrade, the base model for that, requires 8 blocks of copper, or to get to from an iron chest or to a diamond chest requires 8 diamonds. Not blocks of diamonds, just 8 diamonds. It's actually far easier to just make diamond chests than it is to actually make stack upgrades. Oh well. There is still plenty of stuff that I would like to do tonight, and then I just realize what time it is though. And I have work tomorrow. So regrettably, I'm afraid I'm going to have to end the stream here. And I will come back to this later. And hopefully I'll be able to actually start setting up another hammer and sieve line specifically for dust. Because I'm in a position where it looks like I'm able to create gravel and sand. So I can already create gravel and sand, so which means that the next route that I need is red sand and dust. Or can I use netherrack? The crushed netherrack. Can I actually use that in a sieve? Crushed netherrack. Yes, I can. Okay, so the next step is actually, because I've got sand and gravel, next step is dust, red sand, and crushed netherrack. Which means I think I need to create 2 extra lines. One line that basically does the exact same thing as this one, so I can create crushed netherrack and red sand, and then a third line which will be able to turn sand into dust. But that one can be shorter, because by the time I get there I should have enough resources in order to make an actual mechanical crusher, which will be able to jump straight from cobblestone to sand, which means I'll only need to hammer it once. So I'm thinking that that is actually the way. I am creating gravel, right? Gravel is going in here, right? It's not just sand only, is it? It should be round robining. Sand went up. That was sand. Sand just went up again, but not gravel. Is this not actually functioning as I thought it would? No, it's not, because another sand just arrived before gravel did. Okay, we're not actually even creating gravel. What the hell? I thought because of the round robin. We should be getting gravel in the sieve. Oh, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Not realizing what the time was, I'm actually already late to go to sleep. I'm not going to be getting a good amount of sleep tonight. And I've still got work tomorrow. Getting distracted by Minecraft. That's not exactly new, though. Alright. Good night, everyone. Thank you for sticking around and listening to me waffle on about things that I should be doing, but I'm not doing because it's either too far away or I got distracted about things. For instance, I believe one of the things in my title was storage. Yeah, I didn't actually do any storage stuff other than these backpacks that I got a hold of. And that was an accident. I didn't plan on that. I didn't actually create a storage area. Oh well, we'll get it next time. Good night, everyone. Or good day, whichever time zone you are experiencing. And I will see you all later. Fare thee well.